Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Here we are in our beautiful world. It's been a little while since we recorded an episode. I did a bit of an update, but that was nothing major. I've come back from my holiday and I say feeling refreshed, but I'm rather tired from jet lag. I had to have a nap there about 8 hours, but it still doesn't really make up the time difference. It was a very long flight, about 11 hours. Not really something I want to do again. But whilst I was out there, I've done a few things. Number one, you'll notice I've done this, as I'm literally showing you. The volcano has been extended all the way from the top bit you've seen before, going down to the ocean floor. This goes all the way around. I'm not completely happy with it. I wanted it to go out further, but there's limited space. I don't want it to connect directly to the island. I just don't think that would be right in my opinion. As you see, I've moved my monument thing down here. So I've started to take away all of the gravel. Haven't done very much of it, as you may see, that in comparison to how much space there is. I want to get rid of the seaweed as well, and all of this water. That's a gradual project. I will do it off camera. Something you don't need to see, really. It's very boring. If I do show you it, it'll just be in like a little time-lapse thing. Possibly with me talking, depends what happens. I do want to start doing more of those. Over here, as you may have just got a glimpse, I have cleared out the monument? No, not a monument, ocean temple. That's the word. So all the water is gone, but you saw that previously. I've got rid of all of the sand. I haven't started to get rid of the actual temple yet. Oh, I'm being fired at. What's happening? There he is. Oh, he hit me. Take this. Ah, you'll never beat me. Boom, that's how you do it. So yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I have put all of the torches to show you where I took away the sand. So what I plan to do for this episode is just look to the future, get rid of all this rubbish, because previously I've been doing it because I don't want to plan in this world. I didn't want to have a plan. I think it's stupid now. I decided to have a plan. That's really important. The most important thing I'm ever going to do in this world, because this just isn't working out. I don't know where to go with it. I put this planning down for the inside, but I just don't know how to make the top half look good. So I'm going to tear it down in a minute. It's just not. So in this time lapse, I want to talk about my plans and how I'm going to be doing that. So the planet, I'm going to be making it into a creative world, which is a copy of the world that we're in now. I'll just be going around taking down what I don't like and rebuilding it to something that looks a bit more visually stimulating, I guess, is the best way to put that. And I just think that would be the best way to do things. I am going to try and, do it first in survival. Not going to just immediately go, oh, build it in creative and then, copy it over. I think that would just be a bit cheap, I guess. So I would have my first attempt in survival to do it myself, and if I really can't do it, swap over and see how far I get. I don't intend to show my creative building at all. I thought it would be a good thing to do, but I think it also would spoil whatever I'm going to do in the, Let's Play. So I don't intend to do that. It just doesn't seem the right thing to do. I was thinking about doing another Let's Play series, but I'm not entirely sure if there'll be time, considering. Which leads me on to, I'm going to be putting more time and effort into these videos, in terms of each one gets a bit more love. So, for this one I'm going to be spending about a week on, I would say. I've already spent half a week on it. And I think that is just going to make it so I can't do more than one video a week. So sorry about that, but that's all that's going to happen. I think it's just more important to get the quality better than the quantity. I intend to make it so I have better editing skills as well. For instance, right now, doing this is, I'm not going to say it's complicated. I'm sure a lot of people know how to do it just like that. But personally, I don't know anything about this. So I'm going to say this is, a step in the right direction. I'm also going to have some images popping up later, and a bit of text, which also, again, step in the right direction. I haven't really done it. All I've done was put some text inside the thumbnail once, and that's about it. Which isn't that hard, you just draw it in, don't you? So, yeah. That is basically what I will be doing. I also want to improve my transitions. I haven't done that too much in this video. I kind of forgot when I started to make it, due to how I just came back pretty much. However, for the next episode, I really want to focus on more transition-based type things, because right now it's just, you know, I cut and then it's immediately to the next location. I don't want any fancy like editing type stuff done. It's more like I still cut, but in the game I want to be able to, I don't know. I've seen Etho throw like an ender pearl and then, like, when it's leaving a transition, then when he enters an area, he throws another one, so he pops up like he's just teleported, which I find rather nice. It makes it flow a bit better. So that's kind of what I want to do to some extent. I won't be using ender pearls because I haven't got them yet. Finally, I want to mention that before the end of this summer, one of my goals is to get to the end. I feel like it's just going to be dragged out if I don't do it. I might as well get to the end, get the resources so that I can build what I want to build. I want to get this elytra. I think it gives me another depth of what I'm going to be building, so I can look at it from the sky. I'm going to be flying around eventually, so I should get that done. So that's going to be kind of my goal. Okay everyone, this is the creative world that I have. I'm going to mainly be facing that way and not looking behind me because there's stuff I don't want you to see. But down here you can see the new building that I will be going to build. It's going to be a blacksmith. It's not too obvious from this angle, but over here you may see it a bit better. Have to look down a bit. Oh, you see a tree. Not much of a spoiler. So this is the outside, the decking area. I rather like it. I put a lot of the new blocks that are in here. I know a lot of the functions now, but I don't know all of them in the future. But yeah, I like the decking. It's got a little bit decay, but not too much in my opinion. It's just a bit of a variation in colour. But yeah, I really love these lamps. These are brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But you can hang them, you know, from the top if you have like a fence here. You can hang them. I really love that. Anyway, here's the actual house. So on the inside it's going to be either this bedroom type feel, or I'm going to make it a shop. I went for the bedroom right now in the creative world, but it's still up for debate, because I'm not too sold on it. So this is the docks. I've changed them because last time it was very organic and bendy. That's not how a dock should be. Every dock I've been to has been straight. They've been decayed sometimes, but that's still got a general straightness to it. Therefore, this is what I'm going to do. I rather like it. I enjoy these lamps majorly. I'm not sure if I want to eventually put decay on this. I haven't right now. I think it looks very professional, and it matches up with how I'm going to make this place look rather rich, considering how small the island is. But that's all the insight I have for right now. So, you know, back to you at the studio, Timmy. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, for that insightful insight of the future. So, to start this off, I'm going to be making the docks be my first task. I want to redo the boat, but I'm going to plan that one out, because obviously I failed. I say failed, it's not a bad boat, it just doesn't make much sense. I think there should be more under the water for a first. For a second, it just doesn't look that great. So, I'm going to redo that. For a lot of these buildings, I'm going to be redoing them because I don't think they look as good as they could possibly be. But I'm still going to do first attempts. So, to do that, no, let's swim over there and then I'll do that. Now, since that flight was many hours and there was a few points during the hotel stay that I just didn't have stuff to do because it's a hotel, I decided to do a bit of tree farming and resource gathering in general, so I don't have to worry about doing that right now. But I've got quite a lot of wood and other resources from it. I tried to get more leaves, but I eventually got bored because I got the wood first and built up my sapling supply. Completely forgot about the leaves, so I had to do that again, like regrow trees. So yeah, a bit annoying, but hey. But now that I'm starting to use this wood, or at least the top part, I'm not sure if I want to use stuff from down here. Definitely not the birch, maybe a bit of oak. So I'll take that with me. Anything from here? Not really. But yeah, I've got tons of wood, I've got tons of stone, I've got a lot of diamonds. I've got almost, I think it's almost 2 stacks of ore, but at the very least 1 stack and a bit. So yeah, I'll show you in a minute. But still, I've went up to 1.14.2 now on this world. Previously you haven't seen that. Well, you did in creative, but not in the survival world. It's just a bit iffy the way I was doing things there. I just don't like the way they've taken away a lot of the data packs. Because for now, if you go over to here, you can see how they've changed these. This isn't due to the data pack, this is due to villagers changing. And I didn't need to update, technically, because it worked just fine without doing this, but still. I just don't like the way they've taken some of them away. For instance, the slabs being fixed, in terms of you get more for your buck, it's more fair. That's been taken away off the data packs. I can't get that anymore. So, that's a bit annoying. But hey. So to start off, I'm going to get the border done. I think I used dark oak, but spruce should be fine. Especially when it's covered up in all sides. It also makes a bit more sense to do it all at once. So, I want it to be a 4-way pathway. So, I feel like I'm really low down when I crouch now. Like, you go really low when you do this, but it's... Nope, hit 4, don't know why I did that. But, still, it's just, I don't know why it just looks so low. Anyway, let's ignore that. Just a side thing I noticed. So the night I flew back was just before E3, so when I got back I just went to sleep and I didn't actually see E3. I caught up with it this morning when I was just doing some general browsing and noticed, oh, I missed that. It was a bit of a shame, but still I caught up. I watched the Bethesda one and Cyberpunk 2077, so CD Projekt Red, that's the name. I rather enjoyed CD Projekt Red, I thought it was brilliant. I love the game so far, with what they're doing. Definitely going to play it, but it won't be out for a while. I can't do pre-order because I've, just don't have money for it. But I'll see how it goes. I'm going to play it. Not sure if it'll be on here or not. I was looking at the Fallout and they're bringing NPCs. I was watching a few other YouTubers that technically predicted this, and to be honest, it weren't that far, of a guess. It's kind of obvious. They ruined the game, really. From not having NPCs, they couldn't make a storyline that was any good. It was okay, it wasn't the best, it was just okay, and people weren't happy with that. I weren't, at least. So, yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm just a bit skeptical that they can actually recover it, because it's been however long. I also find it interesting how they reacted to all the criticism they've responded with. Because they don't exactly apologise for it, like how they treat the game. Which I guess to some extent is fine, but I'm just a bit annoyed that they haven't, because they ruined the game. Completely ruined it before it even launched. So, I was kind of expecting that. But they didn't apologise at all. I'm fine with that, because they did at least acknowledge that it wasn't a good game when it came out, or at least it could have been a hell of a lot better. But yeah. So I'm going to go back into it eventually. Probably not now, maybe in a few weeks, since I am on you know, summer break, whatever they want to call it. Now, for some people wondering or possibly remember, I did say I wanted to have a prison inside here. Round the back is going to be the entrance to it. I still want to do that. That's still something I want to do because Guildhall, in my opinion, would have a prison. You're going to get people that they don't necessarily agree with in terms of they're going to try and harm the guild. And I would say that to some extent they get to hold them, like nothing like, you know, your sentence is 17 years, you have to stay here for that long. It's more like you get arrested here and they need to transport you to somewhere that can hold you permanently. Give over to the proper authorities, I would say. Therefore, it's going to be one that caters to temporary inmates. So I'm going to have to think about that in general, because when I do things, it can't be something where they get to customize their own cell, maybe. It has to be very copy and paste, really. I like it, but I don't. I think it would look cool, but it won't be unique. I will probably build that in creative, I'm not sure. I will have a first attempt at it here. Kind of a point there, I want to do that. He's going to bother me, isn't he? No, it's not. No, it's just kind of floating there. Kind of not knowing what to do with his life. So here we go, the frame is done. Did I want one on the side? I'm going to say no for now. Although I have a feeling I did. Okay. I have tons of crafting tables over here. Let's go grab one. I think I put it in the main chest. Well, I say main chest. It's main fishing chest. Did I put it in here? No. No, I didn't. There is resources I want in there. So let's grab all of these slabs. Very useful. Spruce. I'm not going to take the dark oak. I don't think I'll need that. I'm not planning to add a darkness yet. I may eventually, but not now. I just think it looks a bit odd. If I do anything, it'll be carpet. Put this down. Make a few stairs. I'll need way more than that. So I wonder what other crafting tables are in here. I need to figure out how all of them are used and if they're actually worth being used. Because the stone one just doesn't seem worthwhile, really. I'm going to try and use it because I think it's cool. I like the fact that there's multiple stations. But I just don't see the point. And if they take away the crafting recipe, I think it also takes away a bit of Minecraft in general. Because sure, you're developing the crafting side. But as much as the crafting's important, nobody really likes it. I personally don't like crafting. I find it a bit boring now and again. Getting the resources is fun and whatnot. It's just, you know, crafting. That's the biggest thing I found in mods. The biggest downfall for mods. You have to do tons of crafting because they run out of recipes. There's even one where they extend the crafting table. I just don't like it at all. Now I want to challenge my editing skills a little bit. So I'm going to possibly put up a few, images of my trip to Korea. I think it'll be an interesting thing to show. So I'm not going to do an actual entire video on it. That's something that a big channel would do. Too small for that. So I'm going to have them coming up maybe in the corner areas. Nothing major. As if I figure out how to do it. There'll be a few video tutorials to learn. I want it to be up in this corner maybe, because I'm not doing much there. It'll just be, a nice thing to see. So I'm going to start with the big events, because that's what I will probably remember the most. and that is going to start with Lottie World, I think it is. But basically, it's a bit like a discount Disney. I don't want to call it a discount Disney, but a lot of it seems like a Disney, but smaller. But still, it was very nice, I say unique. I just called it a knockoff Disney, so that I can't say it's too unique, but I think it's still a lot nicer than Disney, because Disney's a lot more, corporated, I guess. But here it's a little bit more personal, not majorly, but I just feel it is. A lot more colourful, I would say. I was mainly interested in the actual people though, so that's what I've mainly taken photos of, and their outfits. I believe we went to Nami Island next. I'm not sure how many photos I got from there. I think I didn't get many at all. It was alright. Wasn't the best. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there's a 2 at the end. Only thing I can think of is to extend it one more, but I don't really like the idea of doing that, so I won't. I'll keep it as a 2 at the end. That should be fine. It'll still look good. But yeah, apparently some drama show was done there, one that really kicked off, so I don't know, I'll let you guys search that up because I wasn't too interested in it. The tour guide person tried to say what the entire show was about with a storyline of it, which I thought was rather odd. I mean, I don't go onto a tour to listen to a TV show. If I want to watch a TV show, I'll watch it. But anyway, let's ignore that. Did I go down on these? I'm not sure if I went all the way down for these, but I think it would look nice if I did. So I'm going to take these away. I think their next place was a cave. I think. No, there was one more thing just before that. An old village, that's what it is. So I'm not sure the name. I probably didn't take a photo of the name. I can probably ask around for it and put maybe a little bit of text if I figure out how to do that. Basically, I'm not going to be able to upload this video unless I figure out how to do that type of stuff. That's going to me. I have a few days. I'm going to release this on Friday, so almost a week, just a bit under. So, yeah, the village was rather nice. It was a bit odd, I'm going to say, but it was old. I love the actual buildings of it though. So there were a lot of straw roofs, but there's also places with a lot of I don't know what type of roof to describe it as, but if you watched Exuma in the Mesa, you would have seen his roofs there. It's a lot like them. But you'll be seeing the images, so, I just find that they're just really nice. They're hard to build, but really nice. So I want to incorporate a few of them in the mainland when I get onto that. The next place was the cave. The cave, I'm not going to say it was the best place, but it was one of the very top ones, higher than the village. I want to say higher than Lottie World, but actually I'm going to say about equal, because they're just too different. But you found tons of things in the cave. There was a Hulk, there was a giant dragon. When I say Hulk, I don't mean that in like a broad term, I mean like the literal Hulk from like Avengers. Tons of light effects. There were fish. I thought it was a bit odd, but have an aquarium in there, why not? A lot of the things I had to use a flash for on my camera, which was new to me. I never knew how to do that before. It's very odd, it does like 3 flashes, then an actual flash. On top of that, the actual flash doesn't work if you go into the mode. I'm having to use like a side channel. But yeah, it was all really nice. There's one last location which I'm completely forgetting right now, drawing a blank. Oh right, a boat. It was a boat trip, not a location. So we went on like a type of cruise type thing, I guess, is the best way to describe it, but it's just up and down a river. It was rather exciting. There was a fireworks show at the very end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, right here. So did they only do 4 at the end? So if I extended this, no, it wouldn't work. Or are they only? The first two are 4, and then that one's 5. If I take away 1 from here, it'll be 3. But if we keep plussing 1, it'll eventually just get to 1 at the end. So I don't know how to deal with that. Maybe make everything 4, because then if I take that one away, so that'll be an extra 2. So yeah, 4 works out better. I'll go over there and... Oh, I just did all of them. No, I'm leaving it the way it is. It'll still look okay. If it really turns out to be a problem, I will fix it. But off camera. Save you people having to see that. So yeah, that was the boat trip. There was lots of bridges, many trains that you saw going across them. But yeah, there was a bridge that shooted out water, which it looks nice, but you get wet when you go underneath it. Not a problem for me. I like the rain and watery type things, but a lot of other people didn't like that. Well, that's spruce. But you know, there was also a light show with the water coming out, so it just looked really nice. I took a few photos of them. I think that was on my last day, and there's a few other things going about which I'll probably throw up. Anything that I'm not mentioning may be up in this corner. But you know, I would have a little bit of text in the corner of them saying what I'm talking about, what I'm not. Do I have spruce over here, or do I have to sail back over to that island? Somewhere over here if I did. It appears I don't. So I'll sail back over. So I've put in the railing. It's got night time since then. But I think it's looking pretty spiffy right now. I want to put the roof on, except it's going to require a lot of this wood. Not that I don't have enough, I have more than enough. It's now a question of whether I want to do it wood. Because I think adding another, brown would make it really pop. I don't want to add something really vibrant because it just doesn't work. It doesn't fit in with the theme. So I could do a grey, but I do think that's a bit out there too, because there is a grey here, so it would complement, but I think it's just too close together. White would be too pure and too bright. I think that should be more for sails. Right, there he is. And that guy's on me now. He scared the life out of me, that's why I jolted there a bit. Or ran away. Hope it's gonna blow. No biggie. I have a lot of stuff down there. Forgot I made a secret area. In the secret area. Be down there. Never be uncovered. You are lost for eternity. I need that dirt. So I'm thinking about putting some brown wool. So up here is going to be dark. Either slabs or trapdoors, sorry. Like dark oak. I love the way I go over spruce when I do that. So that's going to be fixed. I'm not changing that. But over here could be some wool. Because I can put a string up here and it wouldn't be too much of a hindrance. It wouldn't block my vision. It would be if I'm looking up. Which I'm not going to look that high up. I really won't. I may see the string lines, but that shouldn't affect me too much either. In fact, it may be a bit more realistic to have little things going across, holding it up. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I'm probably going to go with the spruce for now, and you guys can tell me if you like it or not. So these are both of the roof options that we can pick. So here's the original design with the trapdoors here. Nice and lovely. If you want it to become a nice open roof, you can. Bit odd though. I'm not too convinced about these edge ones. I'm actually going to take these away. I just think it becomes too much. It's just, just too much basically. It needs to have a smaller radius. It still covers us and makes sense, but it also doesn't ruin the look. So let's take these away. I'm fine with the end one being there. That makes sense. It's just here. It's too long. Only needs to be one. We're getting the full effect of it being night time. These lanterns should actually stop mobs spawning down here, I think. There's more than enough of them. Yeah, I think that looks a lot nicer. It just adds that little bit extra curviness, I guess. And just less rigidness. Now let's move over to the other side. It's going to may interrupt us, yep. And this is the other option here. When we're walking along, we can see the string, which is a little bit of a downside, but it's nothing major. I actually really like how it fades away when you're too far away from it, and that distance isn't that far. It's because it's trapped wire, isn't it? So So yeah, I like it, but I can also see the problems with it. The main plus side is the colour. It just pops. I think it may also pop a bit too much. I'm going to go with that one because I do like it more than this one. But I'll leave it up to you people in the comments. I'll also ask a few people around, just in general. See what they think. See, I'm going to work on getting the string. Okay, I've put down the first layer of the blacksmith here. I did this just because it'll be easier to copy it over by doing the first layer. I think I'm going to plan to do it like that up there, but it's a lot bigger of a building, so it may become a bit of a challenge. I'm going to do most of this off of what I remember, because I'm not going to have a second, tab open. I can't bring it up right now. But that's how things are. So since I last built the docks, I've slept, and I saw the Watch Dogs trailer that came out at E3. I think it's pretty good. I was always a big fan of the first one. I weren't too much of a fan of the second one, not because it weren't good, it's just there was one level I was particularly stuck at. I want to give it a second go at some point, see how I fare now. Hopefully I can do it better, but I don't hold out too much hope. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because it's in the UK, well, London particularly, but, all relative. And, yeah, I'm just interested in how they'll do it. I think they've got a colourful language spot on. Okay, well, I'm going to have this one open. These two are probably going to be open windows. Think I'm doing this right? This is going to be a furnace area, so yeah. I think it should be higher, to be honest. Because this will go... The cobblestone goes here, but then it goes straight up to this roof. I remember the roof matching that level, so let's bring it up even higher. Which means I have to break down all these stairs. But yeah, I was just interested how they'll do it. Like for Watch Dogs. I was also interested in how they're doing multiple main characters, and you get to pick who they are. I'm wondering whether it's certain characters you can pick, or is it literally anyone? Like, you can just walk down the street and find some, I don't know, artist and be like, okay, you're part of the resistance. But then how do they make the unique story for each one? Because they said there's a way to acquire them with a unique story for each of them. I'm just a bit questioning how they'll do it. I think it's a bit of a challenge to do everyone, so it'll probably be like some generated challenge which gets a bit boring after a while. Or there's only limited people, like a certain type. But anyway, so I'm deciding to put the door at the side of the house here because it just matches up the pathway. I could put it here, which would align a bit more with where the original area is. However, it just looks nicer at the edge than being some random spot there. So it will go into here. I'm planning to make this the actual shop and having a house elsewhere. It just makes a bit more sense to have the blacksmith actual workspace and the shop in one space. Because personally, if I was to own a shop, I wouldn't want it to be so close to my house. Like, if I had to, it would be upstairs, not like outside workspace and shop and then inside is my house. It just wouldn't work for products. Potentially rot them and whatnot. So, bring this out. I'm going to put the balcony down. I'm using half slabs because I don't want to go over and get more wood, and it's going to look exactly the same. And since I'm already going to have to get jungle wood, I'm doing enough effort for that wood anyway, so I think it'll be fine. I don't see any problems with it. If there is a problem, I'll swap over. So, do I want it coming out? No, I don't. Let's put stairs here. Slab there. Stairs across, bring it round. Give it a bit more of a unique shape by puffing this out just by one. And here we go, around the corner after that hiccup there. Yeah, let's put another slab here. Why not? So this will be the workspace. I'm going to need to put a carpet layer above it. I noticed in my creative world I never actually put a roof down these aisles for the docks. I just left them open. So that was interesting, although I do like these a lot better. So I'm going to leave them with the roof. Still, you guys have an option on what they do. So since last time I've changed these walls a little bit, I've pushed them forward so the roof matches up. It's how it was supposed to be done originally, I just didn't do it. I've put a few pillars out here on the deck and put in some jungle wood to add a bit of variation, I guess. See how that goes. I did, find something pretty cool, I would say, when I was off camera. Not sure if it's still going to be here, so, I'll try and show you it. All the way over on that island. I did record it at the time, but the footage didn't actually record the game, just me speaking, which was rather annoying. Didn't notice this until the next day, really, so yeah, it could be well and truly gone. But it was a travelling villager, which some people may have seen. No, it's still there. Yeah, some people may have seen it by now. First time seeing it was that day, yesterday. So he's currently invisible because he has a few things that make him do that. Is it becoming nighttime? Yeah, it is. So we won't be able to see him until the daytime because at night he goes invisible. He also runs away from zombies, so let's get rid of this guy. He's just like a normal villager, just, roams around and spawns in. Here he is. This is his trades, nothing major. I like the gunpowder one, but it's really not that worthwhile. You can just set up a normal mob farm and get, gunpowder. I was thinking about killing him for the llamas, because I don't have any around here, and these two will let me, breed them and whatnot. But I'm not sure if he'll come back, basically, that's the only problem. He will disappear eventually, just despawn, no matter what I do. I was thinking about keeping him. So yeah, I'll just leave him be. Okay, here we are with the decking on the outside. I think it looks pretty spiffy. It could be a bit more improved, I'll admit. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Final details there. I think they look pretty good, having a little counter. So, I've learned what most of these blocks do now. So this one just cooks faster, does the same stuff. Apparently you can cook diamonds. I knew you could do it in modded, but not this. This, I'm not entirely sure. Again, I've learned what most, not all. But it's repairing and disenchanting, I assume. So let's put that here. Oh, so if you just put that in, you get disenchanted. And since it's an and not an or, I'm going to say you put diamonds in to repair. However, if you just want to repair it and not the enchantments, you put them in here, because I've done that at least once, I believe, since I updated. You know what this block does. But this one here is literally for the villagers. It makes them a toolsmith, which I thought was interesting. It looks pretty good though, so I'm going to keep it. I may even replace the other ones because it does look rather nice. And by other ones I mean these andesite. So this is the smoker. I actually thought it was going to create smoke when I first put it down, but no, it's just to make dry kelp. Probably a few other things later on. Maybe something to do with leather as well. That could be interesting. Like you put in a bit of rotten flesh, you can get leather from it. That would be interesting if it does that. Gonna have my doubts. Yeah, it doesn't. Never mind then. I'm gonna keep that in there because I'm not gonna use it. Like the kelp isn't really my trade right now. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just a mediocre food source. The block is rather nice though, as far as I remember. Yeah, I'm definitely changing that. But I'll do that in a bit. So I'll decorate the interior off camera because I think it would be rather boring to do, and I've spent way too much time in this area doing the docks and the blacksmith. So if I have time, I'm going to go do a bit of exploring, go find a tiger that I haven't been to, or maybe one I have been to because there's foxes now. I want to go see them. But if I don't, then it'll probably be the end. Okay, I've just finished editing the entire video, and it appears I don't have time to do the exploring that I wanted to do. So I may do that next episode along with one other thing. I plan to not just stick in one area. Today was a bit of an exception, I guess. I say I plan to, it's going to change each time, I know, because my plans, I don't remember them most of the time unless it's these type of plans. But anyway, I think the build came out really nice. I realise that this isn't exactly what was in creative, but I think it works just as well, especially these lamps here. I think that turns out for the best. But, you know, there are a few other problems with the episodes I would like to improve. One, I didn't have much of a transition between this area to this. Two, all the footage became way longer than the 40 minutes you watched. So there was other bits with the barrels and going around, having some fairly good conversation, just I couldn't fit it all in. I say fairly good, the reason I didn't put it in because it weren't better than the other conversation I had and did put in. But anyway, not the point. So I need to work on the transition. There's probably a few other problems I can nitpick about it, but you're probably not interested in it. So I'll just let you go. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the first episode back. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Maybe see why. It would help me improve. And apart from that, have fun.